Shout out to Colorado Representative Brittany Peterson for flying out with her newborn baby to vote against the Republicans' budget proposal. Now, it did pass 217 to 215 with only one Republican voting no, and I'm going to talk more about that in just 1 second. Representative Peterson had to cast her vote in person because, really, since the initial lockdown in 2020, Republicans have been against proxy or remote voting. And despite a push for exceptions for mothers specifically, with bipartisan support from, Republican women as well as Democratic women such as Brittany Peterson, many Republican reps are just not for any exceptions, including Speaker Mike Johnson, who kind of weirdly pushed through this budget proposal with, again, it passing 217 to 215 with only one Republican voting against the proposal, despite multiple other Republican representatives suggesting that they were going to vote against it and several expressing concerns to the Speaker about the cuts that this proposal is gonna have. Again, only one voted against this. It was Thomas Massie from Kentucky. And I said Johnson kind of weirdly pushed it through because he canceled the vote on the bill, apparently for a couple of minutes, saying that he lacked the votes for passage, and then members of the House were advised that there would be no further vote, and then he reversed that decision just a few minutes later and put it to a vote. Again, this proposal includes $4.5 trillion in tax cuts. These tax cuts are just for people making more than $200,000 a year. If you're making less than that, your taxes are going up. They're also increasing the debt ceiling by $4 trillion, increased spending for defense and border security, and to offset these costs, the plan tasks congressional committees with finding $2 trillion in spending reductions over the next decade. And lawmakers are warning that this is going to include $800 billion in cuts for Medicaid, which is almost the entire budget, among many, many, many other things. I mean, $2 trillion is a lot of money. They're giving tax cuts to the billionaires by stealing our taxes. That's what's happening. That's what every single Republican, except for Thomas Massie, just voted for. This is what Brittany Peterson flew in with her newborn to vote against.